That is beautiful. It brings me joy. Hello friends, I'm sorry I have been away for a while that I haven't updated my project plan, so let me catch up with you. I have 10 products in this rolling project and about half of them is going to be rolled out today. Let's begin with the empty. This is the eyeshadow from BOUCHE Cosmetics that has been in this project since the beginning of this journey. It took me about 18 months to finish this eyeshadow. It's been a long way. This is definitely one of my favorite eyeshadow, formula and color wise. You see, this is how this eyeshadow progressed throughout being in this project. After update 3, I needed to repress this eyeshadow. Although there was not a lot of product left there, after repressing it for a good 2 updates, I just didn't reach for it. I think it was a seasonal thing where I just didn't feel like reaching for this kind of reddish warm shadows. And this is how this shadow looked like in update 7 after 5 uses from update 6. This is also where I was determined to focus on this eyeshadow to get it out of my way. This is how this shadow looked like by end of May, which was after 11 uses. Most of the pan has showed up and the eyeshadow is visibly thin. Pretty much almost done. And here's how this eyeshadow looked like by end of July. I guess this is also how this eyeshadow looks like now. There is still a little bit of product left in this shadow, which I'm not gonna bother to really clean it up because I don't think it's good enough for one use and I wouldn't want my eyeshadow look to be uneven. Yeah, this is done to me. The feeling of finishing a product, especially eyeshadow, is something so fulfilling and very satisfying. Moving on to the rest of the products. The Makeup Forever Redness Correcting Primer. I have used this primer probably around 50 times since my last update. And I have kept the container unsqueezed like this so the product can free flow settling downwards. This is not yet empty, although it's nearly there. Because the last couple times when I used this, occasionally there is only air being squeezed out. It will definitely be finished before the next update. The face mask that I wrote in from the previous update. I only used this one 7 times and I'm actually gonna roll this one out. Because after using it several times, I realized I'm truly only using it for the sake of using it up. I don't hate it, but I am unsure if I'm willing to spend my time using it. And that probably means I should let it go. The Bite lipstick. I wrote this lipstick into this project during my 2nd update. That means up to date, it has been a year and a half since I've been working on this lipstick. This is how this beauty progressed up to my last update, which is in about exactly a year. You can see the progress is super steady. And this is how much more lipstick I have used up in the past 6 months. It seems like I'm only using 1 millimeter product in a month, and without including the product underneath the bullet, there's about 5 millimeter product left. And that is what I want to focus on just right now. Up till now, I have only been using this lipstick on my cheeks as a blush. And I love it very much. But recently, I have been playing around mixing or layering lipsticks. So I am hoping I'll make a lot of progress with this lipstick by the next update. The Revlon Lipstick. Oh boy. This was rolled in from the previous update and my goal was to use it 50 times. I used this 16 times since I wrote it in and I decided I need to let it go. This is just not for me. It's actually my perfect nude. It blends in with my natural lip color perfectly seamless. As if I'm really just not wearing anything, then I might as well not be wearing it. It also doesn't work as a blush on me. The color is a bit too settled, plus it's not a very pigmented formula. It hardly shows up on my skin. It's kind of unfortunate I have to let this one go because I really wanted to like it. I'll also be rolling the Bumb Blush out. This one was swapped into this project from the last update and my goal was to use it 200 times. I have reached for this blush 34 times since I wrote it in and this is how it looks now. It's a beautiful blush and I have such a soft spot for powder products, but I know I need to let this one go. It's a similar situation with the lipstick. The color does not really show up on me. And the formula on this one is very powdery. I find myself always being really careful avoiding making a powder mess when I'm picking up this product with my brush. I mean, it's just not worth it when I have other blush that I could enjoy. Especially I do have a smaller dupe for this blush. So I'll be rolling this one out. I'm gonna move on to the Sonia Kashuk eyeshadow. This is the 2nd or the 3rd round for this eyeshadow. My goal is to use this shadow up to the corner as far as I don't need to repress it. I reach for this shadow all the time to fill in my brows or to darken my outer V. I don't really enjoy this shadow for my outer V, but I use it because it lives in my everyday palette. This is how the shadow looks like now. I am really pumped to finish this up in the next 2 updates, which may seem to be unlikely, but either way, it'll be good enough for me because I'm really excited to start using some of my other dark browns. Next, I have the Maybelline Gel Eyeshadow. This is how this eyeshadow progressed throughout in this project. I'm gonna go through this one again really quickly because I didn't reach for this a lot. A total of 6 times since I wrote it in. Nonetheless, this is a beautiful shadow. I just have too much eyeshadow that are competing for my attention. Same goes with the Bobbi Brown Shadow Stick. I actually don't know where it is right now. And I don't really have an update for this product because I only reached for it once for the past 6 months. Well, it's better than nothing, but I'll really work on this one for the next update. The last product to update, the MAC bronzer and highlighter duo that I saved for the last because this is a messy one. Let me walk you through with this. When I wrote this product in, the highlighter was shattered. I had only focused on the clumps, which I kept in a tin jar aside from the compact. And this is how the bronzer progressed in the following update. For the second round, there was more highlighter shattered. I then put that away to another separate place that was not being used. And for the third round, which was update 5 for this duo, I decided to hold on with the remaining highlighter chunks and I started focusing on the product in the compact. From there, the bronzer started to fall apart. For the past couple months that I was away, I wasn't wearing makeup all that often, but I did reach for this duo almost every time I wore makeup. This is how this duo looked like in July. I hit pan on the bronzer and it also got really beaten up. Some chunks of the bronzer from the edge broken apart and got mixed with the highlighter. They got mixed up pretty well and it was quite hard to tell them apart. That definitely slowed me down from reaching for this product because I didn't want bronzer and highlighter all over my face. Finally, I decided to separate the bronzer and the highlighter. And this is how each of them looks like now. Overall, I'm really happy with the progress I made with both the bronzer and the highlighter. I feel like I used both of them for quite a bit. However, I'm starting to get a little bit tired with the bronzer. I was almost tempted to roll this one out too, but I think I'm gonna give it some more time and we shall see how that goes by the next updates. Alright, that's all the product updates. I'm rolling 4 products out. 1 of them is empty, 3 of them are disliked products that I can't be continue using. This kind of took me by surprise. Also because I have been away, I lost a lot of the mental tracks of the products I wanted to roll in, to replace my next empty. But as it works out, since I'm no longer doing the 24 products in 2024 challenge, I could just pick a few products from that list to this project. And one of them is a Chanel lip gloss, and my goal is to use this one up. This is how much product is left in this gloss. I don't use this gloss on top of other lip products. I mainly reach for this when I need something hydrating on my lips. Yeah, that's the first one I'm rolling in. The second rolling is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And this is how this primer base looked like in the beginning of the year. I basically did not touch it this whole year. Still, let me show you how this product looks like now. I don't really have another hydrating primer that I'm using right now, so it should be very easy for me to focus on using this one for the upcoming winter season, which is kind of perfect. I love the scent on this. Another one is this Everyday Mineral Concealer. I think the color is Biscuit. I totally forgot to mention this in my most recent video. I actually did use this one fairly consistently. So this is how much product I had with this concealer at the beginning of the year compared to how it looks like now. I'm quite excited to be panning this. And I don't think it's going to take me that long based on the progress I made so far. The last product I want to roll in is not from the 24 items because there isn't a blush on that list. But I would want to roll in a blush to replace the Bumb Blush I'm rolling out. And I decided I'll be rolling in this NARS blush. My goal is to use it 200 times just to see how it'll progress within 200 uses. I don't love this blush, but I definitely like it enough to know that I can reach for it 200 times without getting bored. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this one goes. Alright friends, that is today's update. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!